that just a little bigger. All right, so the next thing that you can enter into worksheet is numbers. Okay, we need our numbers to do our calculations. Calculations is where the real power of Excel comes in, and you'll see that when we start getting into formulas and functions, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Entering numbers into a cell is simple and straightforward. I'm going to actually paste some in here that I'd already typed up so that you don't have to sit and watch me type, but you can enter them at the top of the keyboard, or if you have a number pad is a great quick way. Just 721, press enter, type in that number. You do not have to do any kind of formatting to those numbers. Actually, let me change that to 1236. Okay, so we can see, and I'm going to make a couple of these bigger. Okay. Anyway, so once you have a number in there, that's it. That's all you need. But sometimes it's nice to format numbers, okay? And I'm going to play around with the formatting a little bit. Just to kind of show you what you can do. These are straight numbers, so a simple comma format would be probably the easiest, but let's look at some of the different types of formats that we have. I'm going to apply it to all of the numbers so you can just kind of see what's going on. The number formatting is done right here on the home ribbon. You can choose currency. If I just click on that, what happens is it adds a $sign, a comma place separator, and 2 zeros after the decimal place. That's dollars and cents. That's straightforward. Now, do you see what happened here? I got those, they're pound signs, hashtags now people like to call them. What happens, or what that means, is Excel tried to format your number, but your column width wasn't wide enough. So you can fix that a couple ways. One of the ways I could do it is come up here and go to decrease decimal. That's the one with the arrow pointing to the right, and get rid of the zeros after the decimal places. If I was just doing round dollars, that I wouldn't need those cents, and that works. If I want to keep my zeros, then I would come up here and again use my auto fit, just like we did before, to adjust my column width. So either way, those work. Now, this worksheet's actually keeping track of the numbers of problems, so dollars don't make sense. So let's get rid of that currency, and we'll go to something called comma. Comma style just has the placeholders for the commas. And again, it usually defaults to 2 decimal places. If I don't want them, because we're not going to have half of a problem that we caused, then we can get rid of those decimal places. So now we have numbers again with our 1,000 placeholders. If I had a percent, okay, so 0.27 perhaps, I could come up here and with the percent, format that as a percent. Now notice what Excel does is it multiplies it by 100 and adds the percent sign. So if I typed in 27 and formatted that as percent, then it would multiply it times 100 and add a percent. So that's 2700%, 2700%. So if I don't want to have to remember to type the 0.27, I can cheat by typing 27, type a percent sign, press enter, and it comes up formatted and with the right percentage. Okay, if I want more decimal places, I can increase, okay, or decrease decimal on that one as well. It's really as simple as that to format the numbers. If you want something a little more than that, let's get rid of those numbers here. We'll come back up to these. Up here I have a drop-down list. Okay, so I have numbers, I have currency, I have accounting. The difference between currency and accounting is accounting has the floating decimal place. That means that the dollar signs all line up on the left. When I go to currency, my dollar signs are tight with the numbers. I think that's an accounting thing. I assume it is. I'm not sure why we have 2 different ways, but we do. You see we have short date, long date, and time. We can actually format dates and times, which we'll get into a little later. We have a percentage I already showed you. You could have fractions or scientific formatting as well. So you can get pretty specific with what you want to do, but the most common ones are right there on the home ribbon. And if you want, again, more options, you can pull up the dialog box. Remember our dialog box launcher from way back. I know we introduced that in Word, and again, you get a whole dialog box to try to work with it. But beyond just putting numbers in, it's that simple, that straightforward. One other little thing I can show you. If I wanted to, I could type in $4, comma 123.45. Boom, it would enter that number with the formatting and it would apply the currency formatting. Now, why someone would want to type all that in when you can apply it with the click of the button, I don't know, but you can do that now with Excel. All right, so that's our introduction to numbers and how to format them.